2v2 Autumn Champ 2019. Did you win that on the Sidra?
Yes, sir.
Who was your teammate at the time for that?
You probably don't know him anymore. He's like an OG player. It was Ertido.
Oh, no. Yeah. I remember the Ninja and Tito. Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Yeah. I mean, he stopped playing the game by now, but yeah. We won the tournament and then never teamed again.
That seems to be a common thing in EU, if I'm being honest. Like, I mean, maybe it's just Fozy or something, but Fozy and Sarme, like, I remember they've won 2 tournaments now together, right? Like, they're, I don't want to say 2 for 2, but in the last 2 tournaments that they've played, they've, like, won both of them, and they just stopped teaming.
Yeah, because of some drama. I guess it was just some community tournaments where they didn't really play good. Maybe even ranked games. It was some, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a valid reason in my opinion, but anyway, that's EU for you.
Yeah. How are you feeling, like, you and because your team with Fry, like, you guys thinking you can top 8, top 5, win BCX, or what are you feeling?
I mean, we play decent, I guess. We still have to practice a lot, I'd say.
Right.
But yeah, maybe we'll get to top 8. I mean, that's our goal.
Yeah, and go from there. I can understand that.
Yeah.
I've never really liked, like, personally, like, when people ask, like, oh, how good do you think you're gonna do in this tournament? It's like, man, I don't know. Like, I like going in with some form of confidence, especially if I feel like I've practiced. But if I, if it's like I'm not feeling that great, or it's just like, it's a super big tournament, like, I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna win this tournament, but I don't know. It's interesting because some people really, like, do that. I remember, like, Stingray will go into a tournament and he'll be like, oh yeah, like, I can just win this, and I'm pretty sure, like,
really,
oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I mean, that's what I've heard, at least not directly from him, but I just remember him saying, I forget which one it was, the one he won. Yeah, he said that he was like, I'm gonna win this, or like, he's like, yeah, I think I can win, or something like that, and he just ended up winning. It wasn't really
and he
close.
did. Yeah,
I feel like some people might say it's like, oh, it's like it's a good thing to go and be like, oh yeah, like, I can, win this if you truly believe it. But I don't know, I feel like it's not detrimental at all just to be like, I don't know, I'll just try and play my best and see where it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Which do you lean more towards? Because you tend to do pretty well.
I mean, it's been a while since I placed like top 8 and once at least. I mean, it sounds like a bad excuse, but I always get those bad brackets,
Oh yeah.
I get like my biggest opponents, like, I don't know. You probably know it as well. Like, against some players who just don't perform as good as against some other players. And yeah. But I'm not a big fan of setting goals either because of that reason. I'm just playing without setting setting a goal or anything like that.
It's just some days it feels like, oh, today could be the day where I get back in the top 3, or I could end up losing to insert ranked freak here.
Exactly.
Some 2500 elo player that everyone's heard of, but like, then when they come on the stream, they're like, oh man, this guy never has touched the game before and is just beasting out.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been there. I know what you're talking about.
Also, actually, yeah, what are your bans that you do? If I had to guess, I would think it's like small walls, flat maps. Is that kind of right? Like, I'm curious.
It's kind of right, but not really. So basically, what I leave out is Apocalypse, Spirit Realm, and Small Fortress of Lions. So the new maps and Apocalypse. And I don't really know why. I guess Spirit Realm is really good for Sword because the D-Sig on Sidra hits off the platforms.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Lions. And I don't know. I just feel more comfortable on them.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. I do like Apoc and Lions as well. I can get behind, especially on Greatsword. There's some, I mean, who's playing? Machete's playing Greatsword, right?
Yeah, he is.
You can do reverse Sair into Dare True on Greatsword. It's actually...
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Off the wall, yeah. I actually first figured that out when I was doing my, like, one stream to Valhalla or whatever, and Jet Bean did it to me on this map, and I was like, what? Oh, God. It was on, like, Magyar, too. I was just like, okay, that's good to know.
These picks, man, Magyar. You'd never see a Magyar player in the EU. That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, isn't there Zyrex, right? Is Zyrex EU player? I feel like I know that name from you. Or no, that's
probably
NA.
not.
That's NA.
Yeah.
Because there, I was gonna ask, like, do you guys have any Arcadia players?
Oh, we don't actually. Maybe there's Munir. Have you heard of him? He's like
No, I haven't.
a kind of new player, but yeah, he's playing Arcadia from time to time, and he's really good actually. I feel like he's gonna perform really well next year. I hope. I love variety.
Yeah. I mean, it's just interesting because you've been someone who's been in the scene for a while, like myself.
Way
it's
too
just
long,
like,
yeah.
yeah. It's just like seeing all these new players and stuff, like just how the scene has changed. I mean, in EU, I would have to say is probably, I mean, I guess NA as well. Like both of them feel super drastic. You look at Brazil. Brazil relatively has had the same people at the top, and maybe that's because I haven't played or I haven't paid attention to it that much until more recently. But I mean, you look at it was Blue, then it was Acno, right, and now it's Godly, and then in NA it was like Boomy. Now it was Sandstorm for the longest time, and then now it's like a little more variety. But you know, Luna still is like, I guess he's kind of the one holding it down now. Yeah. No.
Oh,
bro, fighting the cannon on EU is crazy. Does anyone else really play Sidra aside from you? Like, is there anyone that's really dedicated to cannon like you are?
Maybe not as much as me. I mean, there are some people who play cannon, like the Yi guy. He's like a really good Lin Fei player.
Okay.
But I haven't seen a Sidra player actually. Very rarely.
So do you think it's interesting that I ask you this because we talked about some similar stuff earlier where I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't like to give my own placements, my predictions and stuff. Do you think you're the best cannon in Europe?
Oh God, that's a hard question. It's really hard to answer that because I guess I have the most experience on cannon in the game. That's for sure. But let's say if someone like Godly or something would mirror match me with Sidra, he would probably win just because he just has a better understanding of the game. Then technically he would be a better cannon player than me.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's really hard to say.
No, yeah, I'm
probably the most experienced, like, on this level, I'd say.
Even out of like people like, you know, experienced Snowy, do you feel that way?
Oh, true.
Like I
forgot about these.
Yeah, no, because it's weird because those guys just play Rayman now. Like that seems to be the common theme, you know. If you were like a Zol player or something, you just move on to Rayman. Which, I mean,
maybe I'm gonna be a Rayman main as well at some point.
Just randomly decide before BCX, forget cannon. So they just join the
see the structure. I mean, it's working. These guys are successful at what they do.
Oh yeah, no, I think Rayman. It's like it's hard for me to play Rayman just because I've never been a huge fan of Axe, and also it's like I don't know. I can't, like, you know, I've played Gauntlets for the longest time, but like it's hard for me to find a rhythm on Rayman. But at the same time, there's always the question. I'm like, okay, I feel like he's just like I could just forever play that character. I feel like I would never have to really think about playing like another 2v2 character again, or even maybe 1v1 character, just because of how I feel like versatile that character is. But I mean, like in terms of dedication though, like that's something I've always, I don't want to say struggled with, because, you know, I have the picks I go back to, but for you, it feels like you've just been able to stick with Sidra. Like, how have you been able to play Sidra for this long?
Honestly, I think it's it's still fun for me. It still feels like the first day of playing her. Like, I don't know, this really sounds romantic, like, I don't know, some kind of love story, but
right.
It really is like that. It's still fun for me. I still feel like cannon is still the most fun weapon, at least for me. And yeah, that's where I still play her, and that's where the dedication comes from.
Nice. Yeah, no, I mean,
also
that's
the stakes and everything.
Because I also know you have like an Onyx, and I'm sure you probably dabble in other cannons here and there. For me, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, I'll go back to, like, say, Vow, for example. Like, I always have like Vow there, and it seems like you're very much so the same way, but probably to an even greater extent, I guess, because I mean, yeah, you're at level 100, I'm at like level 85 on Vow. Then I don't know, when it comes to tournaments and stuff, I'll usually have like at least one or two different picks that I like to bring into it.
I mean, that's really smart as well. That's also why I started playing Onyx, because at some point people just figured my Sidra out.
Right.
And I can't do anything about it. Like, I can still play her on a good level, but people just know what I do. People know, like, my movement, at what point I'll use what sig, stuff like that. Then I realized that I also need a second pick, but I also didn't want to drop Cannon, like, totally.
Yeah.
So I just stuck with Onyx, and he'd been working as well. Like, I played him at B6 2021, and also 2020, I think, actually. But that doesn't count because Greatsword was just released, and yeah, big drama, we all know that. But yeah, Onyx has been fine.
Yeah, Onyx
also
is such a cool character. Same with Lin Fei. Cannon's got some awesome picks, actually. Like to me, Zol's like kind of and Isaiah is actually, I think, pretty cool, but...
He's cool, but like, I don't really like his stats. He has like a lot of unnecessary decks, just like with Jiro, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the Jiro expert, so...
yeah. Well, with Jiro, though, and just like the way Scythe is right now, it's kind of tough, I guess, because he actually straight up has the best Scythe in the game. If you, like, forget... Like, I would say, in my mind, forget the... signatures, because the signatures aren't bad, but they're nothing great on him, on the Scythe at least. Like, the fact that he has guaranteed true combos and stuff, and really all you need to do is like the active input sidelight into the end light over and over again, and if you just give a Jiro player one dodge in that regard, like, they're guaranteed at least the 2 hits because of the true combo, the Sernair, Sernair. So, if you have the right momentum, you're gonna get a three hit combo. So, it's just what you can do off of Endlight in particular is so strong. Because even if they have a grounded dodge, so the cooldown's gonna be, I guess, less. You're still guaranteed that damage, whereas Mordex, you're not. And I think in Scythe Dittos, Jiro can really shine. Just because of that, because he does feel smoother to play. It's easier to hit other true combos on Scythe, like the reverse dare on stage into like a D-light.
Right.
Yeah, it's just certain things about him just feel like much smoother. With that being said, though, it's like, okay, at the end of the day, it's like Mordex is still Mordex, though. There's other Scythe characters. It's like, do you have it in you to play 3 defense against possibly, or if you play defense stance 4 defense against, say, like something with super high attack or whatever? Because it's just, I think that's like a real important aspect of the game. That's where, like, I think Sidra, for example, is super good, because it's like her stats are so favorable. I feel like that, at least to me, I'm trying to think of an example. Even when I play, say, Shang, anything that has like 5 or higher defense, really, I'm just like, okay, even if I play against a Taros where the damage rack up is super easy, those 2 stat points of defense, I feel like, ease my mind a little bit. Whereas if I was playing like Jaeon, like a greatsword, where I'm gonna die in orange like on any defense anyways, or like, I don't know, just other stuff, just super hard hitting characters, Cross and whatnot, it's like, man, defense can make all the difference in the world.
I totally agree. I feel like stats are really underrated. Like, a lot of people just talk about signatures or like weapons, but stats are actually really important as well.
Yeah, I mean, Sidra has like all the different, like, with her stats, like I said, being the way they are, she has like so many options you could really run with. Even base, it's like 6'4", 6'6". That's that just feels like perfect. It's really good.
It really feels like she was made for me, because before Sidra came out, I mained Hattori. The sword carried over, and then I just wanted to test out Cannon, because it was a new weapon back then, and I never stopped playing it. So yeah, I kind of fell in love with it, and also the stats, they're just perfect. I really like that legend.
She's just one of the legends where it's like super unique, like Sigs stats are just all around good. It's kind of like Orion situation, or like even you look at Vortex and stuff. There's certain characters where if you really like them, it's like, oh wow, I probably don't really have to ever consider like another character, unless somehow the character I'm playing just gets absolutely nuked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which, to be fair, in Brawlhalla, that doesn't seem to be a very common thing.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want to see.
What do you think?
Off-stage GT Ensig.
Do you think Ensig on Sidra's the best, like in her whole kit? Like, I want to know your opinions on Sidra's Sig kit.
Probably, yeah, probably. Because you can put out 2 hitboxes at the same time. Like you can go for an Ensig and then for an Enlight, just like that. See? And yeah, I think that's really good. And I don't know, that Sig is also really good, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it kills really early. But if people in the UI don't hit the D-Sig anymore. Like people just know where it hits, and like yeah, it's just really hard to hit against someone who knows the matchup and has experience.
But with that being said, it's like even if you're not hitting it, you're probably getting away with it as like a recovery sort of tool, yeah?
Yeah, it has really good utility as well.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like it's a Sig people have to respect so much. It's like in some ways you almost know that, okay, they know that I would normally go for this move here. Well, it gives you a bigger opportunity to like mix it up. One Sig on Sidra that I feel like is underrated, or like the cannon D-Sig I feel like is actually insane.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, I use it a lot as well, the gravity cancelled version, especially when I'm stacked, because it always hits, and I think you can immediately jump even if you miss it, like if you GC it.
Right.
It has like 0 recovery frames if you gravity cancel it. Yeah, I use it a lot. I mean, you need really specific situations to hit it, but like, I feel like it's still good.
Yeah, what about this? Like, okay, I feel like this is probably not a hot take at all, but like the worst signatures on Sidra gotta be both like the side Sigs. Like they gotta be pretty, you know, compared to everything else.
Yeah, especially on Cannon. I never use it.
Is it
on Sword? I use it sometimes.
What do you use it
also
for
not that
normally?
Often.
Like
when I'm really desperate and want to kill.
Just trying it to mix it up.
Just trying it, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just mixing things up. That's probably the only reason.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's like, because I know Fry, like when we talked about Fate signatures, we talked about like the D-Sig on like Fate Scythe. And it's kind of like one of those things where, because like he says he never uses it, it's just another scenario where I don't even think that signature is like bad, especially, you know, you compare Sidra and Fate in terms of overall signature kits, and it's like Fate has such a strong like overall signature kit, whereas Sidra, like the Sigs that are actually like bad or bad relative to her are actually kind of bad signatures in general.
I definitely.
Especially when, like you said, the cannon side Sig. So yeah, it's just, I think it's always nice having like the ability to mix up. Like I do the same thing with like Val D-Sig on Sword. Sometimes I'll just like go for that. And
really?
Yeah, it sucks that they nerfed it because it used to do like 35 damage. Yeah, it does 27
Oh right, the
now.
damage.
Yeah.
True. Oh, that's really unnecessary in my opinion, because I mean you get locked into the attack for so long.
Right.
Like it's like similar to Hattori's spear down Sig. I don't feel like the damage nerf was necessary, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those moves where if people started like, I don't know, using it more and like realizing, oh hey, like this does, you know, this is a move that does 35 damage if you connect it, that would have been pretty, I think people would have getting a little like upset about it, but that seems to be, I don't know. It's like at the same time now it's like, oh, if I just do a D-Light or I hit 2 sword moves, like I might as well have done, you know, like the D-Sig and like a D-Light Sair are the same damage basically. It's kind of like, why even go for it? There's no extra reward when the risk is definitely
way
like
higher.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna get punished for it.
Yeah, I mean I get it. The numbers are just way too high, I think. I mean that's like the main reason probably. Same with like I think Cassidy's hammer down Sig used to be like the Sig that did the most damage.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe, at some point. And they nerfed it as well, I think for the same reason. I mean, we don't know. We are no devs or anything, or like game balance guys. We can just speculate. Your Sidra is actually really good.
I mean, I actually played this character in tournament before.
I think I even remember that.
Yeah, I played it for like one tournament. I don't know how. I forget how I did with it. I think I did all right. I'm thinking the last one, Brazil servers.
Okay, Brazil servers, that works.
Because I don't get great connection on them, so.
Okay, me neither. So it's kind of even,
Kind of even, yeah. 1-1 wouldn't be fair to go back to US. Cannon's cool, but it's always tough because I think if I was gonna play Cannon, I would just play Onyx, which I actually did. I just really like the stats and stuff, but you know.
Yeah, he has a lot of defense. That's what I like about him. Also the Sig, like the Cannon and Sig, is super good in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, one of us is gonna teleport into our D-Sig. I can already feel it. Oh, well.
Oh.
No.
Ooh, the wake up.
No, I can't make it
hits.
through. I can't make it.
No! Ooh, that was close. Okay, your turn.
Yeah.
I knew it.
My turn with it.
Oh no.
No way, that was actually insane.
That's... Oh my, okay. I got through.
No, you just teleported out my D-Light. Oh my gosh.
No, I missed it. What? Okay. Oh, good. Ooh, the double.
Triple. No! It just keeps going through like it's gonna hit.
Oh. That almost hit me.
The ninja is the king of Brazil.
Yeah, vamos. Vamos.
Is there any Sidra players in Brazil? Vecina, right? That's the only name that comes to mind.
Yeah, Vecina, true. There used to be a really good Sidra player actually, who also a little bit inspired me, but I think he stopped playing the game. I think his name was like Star Death or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. There actually is some old names in like the South American scene that like kind of.
Yeah, they're really underrated.
Yeah. No, yeah, and Fiend. I mean, I like out of all the players in South America, like I give Fiend so much credit. Like it's crazy that that guy still is like going insane in his region.
Yeah.
Because he won Autumn 2s, and then I'm pretty sure he did really good in 1s. And then, you know, you look at MSI, he got 2nd and 3rd. Like, that's crazy. Overall, I think that's the best combined placement at MSI. Like, obviously, winning is, you know, winning's great. But Luna got, like, 1st and 5th, and then I know Experience and Made, both of them didn't do good, or I don't want to say good, but, like, they didn't do great in 1s, to be fair. It's like...
Yeah.
There's only so many people there anyways. What the?
Yeah.
It blew up in your face. What place did you end up getting at MSI?
Oh, let's not talk about it.
Were you a fellow 09er?
No, not that bad, okay? So, in once I think I placed...
I didn't go 09, I guess.
In once, I think I placed 13th?
Oh, okay.
Maybe 17th, I'm not sure.
Right.
Too long ago. Ooh, you're crazy. And then 2th, I actually placed 9th. So, kinda decent, I guess.
Yeah.
And we lost to 1st and 3rd place. So, Experience and Mate and Simple and Fozzy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, the pools are so stacked and stuff that it's like someone good is going to end up dropping out like really early just because how it is, but that is how it goes when it's an invitational.
Exactly.
King of the Sidras on Brazil servers got absolutely dumpstered on.
It was just a lot of teleporting back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can be that proud, but anyway, GG's.
GG's.